Hello everyone, and welcome to my daily vlog, woohoo! Alright, so today I'm coming to you very late. So usually, yesterday I came to you early in the morning. Today it's like 11 p.m. So I had a busy day today. We've had a lot of online induction teaching, which is, for any of you who know about online work in general, let alone teaching, it's a thing. But thankfully we're going in next week, so COVID's gone down a bit and we're going in, so that's really good. But before we start what I wanted to talk about, I wanted to share a book with you that I'm reading. So this book is called A Raisin in the Sun. So if there are any theatre fans out there, theatre fanatics, A Raisin in the Sun is a classic American contemporary play. So does anyone have an idea what kind of teacher I am? I'm not going to tell you. You write it in the comments. What kind of teacher am I if I'm interested in this book? A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really into plays that are character driven, that are about the state of people's lives in a certain era. And that's really what this is. It's about an African American family who live anywhere between like the year of World War One to like the 80s, so anywhere between, World War Two in the 80s, so anywhere between that period. I think I got that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. But anyway, it's really nice. The conversation flows really well, and it's just kind of a presentation of people's lives in the era of African American lives and the struggles that they go through. So I've just gotten through Act 1 and I'm thoroughly enjoying it, so I do recommend it, even though it's old and anyone who's interested in plays has probably already read it, but it's one of those that I've always had on my mind and never got to, and now I have, so I'm really happy about that. Anyways, what am I going to go into today? Today I'm talking about something my sister has recommended, and I'm going to try my best to give it justice. And it's about the idea of lifestyles in different countries. So if you're new to this video or new to my channel, you'll need to know that I'm international. So I have lived in various different countries, 10 or 9 to be specific. I think 9. 9 to be specific. And so, was it 10? Wait, let me count. Cyprus, Malaysia, Zambia, Bahrain, England, Saudi, UAE, China, Kuwait. 9 different countries. So I've lived in 9 different countries, and so one of the topics that was recommended to me by my sister is to talk about lifestyles and preconceived ideas before you move somewhere, and just being well informed about moving somewhere and making sure you're making the right decision, not just based on like facade and glitz and glamour, but actually understanding what the implications of living in a country are before you go there. So what I'm going to do, just to make it a bit more simple, and then I can branch out in other videos about this, but what I'm going to do this time is compare specifically having lived in the UAE, Dubai, so having lived in Dubai versus now living in China. I know Dubai is a city, but we do think of Dubai as its own entity because it is such like an iconic city. So I'm going to be comparing Dubai with China, okay? So Dubai was a huge part of my life. I lived in Dubai for 5 years, and it was such a pivotal time in my life, a time where I grew so much, where I dipped a lot, and where I had to kind of leave the country in order to build myself back up. So it's crazy. I was kind of saved there, and then I kind of lost myself there, and then I left. So it was a place that really kind of molded me as a person, in a way, and is a big part of who I am today. Now, Dubai has well, I feel a lot of people have the idea that Dubai is all about kind of high salaries, and you go there, you see people on social media who, are on rooftops and by pools and just looking like they're living the lavish life. And you know what? That is exactly what you have to expect if you are going to plan to live and work there. Yes, you are going to live the lavish life. You are going to get a job. If you get a job in teaching, engineering, any of those quite solid jobs that offer a consistent salary, you will be getting a solid salary, and you will be able to explore all of those different places and live that lavish life. And why not? If you're looking to do that, if you're looking to have one of those fabulous experiences, then Dubai is that place, because all of these lavish places are very accessible. In London, for instance, you may go, even if you have a solid salary, a good job, it still may be quite difficult, out of your budget range, to go to the Waldorf Astoria all the time, or really live it up. But in Dubai, you can do that. But here's the thing. If you are looking to go to Dubai and make money and save, right, then that's where you have to make the compromise. And this is where Dubai becomes quite difficult, because you have to make the choice in Dubai to either go there to save or go there to live the lavish life. It's very difficult to do both. And the reason is because Dubai, yes, offers a great salary, and yes, there is potential to save, but the temptations are so very great. I mean, you are constantly bombarded on social media, on the radio, everywhere you go, with events and deals at bars, and they have ladies' night. I remember every Tuesday there used to be ladies' night, and ladies could go to bars and get drinks for free, right? So that's alluring for girls because they don't have to spend on drinks. But what happens? A lot of guys want to go out. If you're a guy, you want to meet ladies. Of course, you're going to want to go out on Tuesday, especially when the whole entire city is going to ladies' night. And that's really what it felt like. No matter who worked on a Wednesday, people would go out on ladies' night. And so, that's something to think about. If you are planning on saving, then think twice about moving to Dubai. Now, in comparison with China, I would say, and I'm, this may be a little bit biased because I'm living here right now, but I do genuinely think, looking at it in perspective, China is a much easier place to save. And the reason is, well, things are cheaper, food is cheaper, but the lifestyle does not kind of allure you. China doesn't really allure you into a lifestyle of lavishness. You kind of feel more comfortable eating in normal places, whereas it's kind of like the status quo, the norm. You must live up to, living the posh life in Dubai, while in China, it's not that. You don't really have to keep up with the Joneses. You can go to normal restaurants, pay not that much, and still feel like you're living a fun life and, being socially integrated. But what I really like about China is it still has the glitz and the glamour. It has Shanghai. And what I'm able to do in Nantong is, Nantong's about a couple of hours away from Shanghai. I can live that simple life and I can save my money. And when I feel like I want to, once in a while, I can go to Shanghai and I can go and live lavishly for a day and then come back to Nantong and save. Whereas living in Dubai, you're constantly enveloped in the glitz and the glamour, and you're constantly kind of expected to live up to that standard, and it can become quite an empty existence, to be honest, because you end up only associating with people who care about those things, so you seldom become close to people. And to be honest, that was I had to deal with a lot of emotional issues after I left Dubai in terms of trusting people and allowing people in, because you get so used to being superficial and being, glamorous and hey, oh my gosh, should we go out? Let's do the weekend. I'm so excited. Okay, girl. Oh my gosh, that was a fun night. See you tomorrow. Bye. And it's always that kind of thing. And it's like, let's be real. And I feel like now I'm in China, I feel like I can be real with people. So yeah, those are a couple of topics that came up in my mind. The idea of saving, which was a big one my sister was talking about, is definitely very difficult to save in Dubai. And another thing with that is that, you know, it's almost like you're feeding into this vicious cycle. Dubai gives you a high salary, but then expects you to pay a lot in order to keep up with the status quo. And so you're feeding back into their economy all the money that they're paying you. So it's kind of a vicious cycle. Whereas in China, there really is that scope and possibility to save, especially because also the things we do socially are less surrounded by, you know, being at bars where you can be seen and dressing nicely. We just hang out in my apartment and watch movies or go for walks, and it's much more wholesome, but at the same time you have the city on offer if you want to have that. And I've done that before. I went to Shanghai once with some friends, and we went to a rooftop bar. We saw the skyline, and I was like, oh, I feel so Dubai right now. And it was so nice to kind of dip into that and feed into that. And this is so random, but it makes me think of Adele and how she says, like, she doesn't like being a celebrity all the time, but sometimes it's nice to dip into it because fame isn't real, but it's nice to give into it once in a while. And that's what she does. She doesn't always go to red carpet events. She doesn't always turn up, but sometimes she like feeds into it a bit. And that's what I feel like in China. I feel like, you know, I love the glamorous. I love Dubai for all of that. But at the same time, I don't want to feed into it constantly because it changes you as a person. And so it's nice to have Shanghai nearby. So once in a while I can go be that superficial George and then come back and take it all off and just be like, I love being just blah, you know? So that's that. And I hope this wasn't too much of a ramble. That was my opinion on Dubai versus China. And if you want to hear more about that and my experiences in Dubai and China, let me know. If you want me to compare other countries like, I don't know, Malaysia versus Zambia, England versus Cyprus, whatever, I'll be happy to do that. Guys, listen to me. If you got to this part, right, and you actually feel like, this guy said something that's interesting, you know, or it's kind of sparked off a light bulb in me, a light bulb in my mind or in my brain or whatever, you know what I mean, then I would really appreciate it if you like the video, because I know on YouTube, like when I watch videos, I don't really like videos often because I'm like, you know, watching it, I'm so interested and then I'm on to the next. But I would really appreciate it if you did like it, because it would just expose my video, and it's a free way to help your friend George, which I got that from a YouTuber, Christina Randall. She's always like, it's a free way to help your girl out. And shout out to Christina Randall. Christina, I feel the same. It's a free way to help your boy. Give it a like and subscribe if you like my ramblings. I will be coming out with more videos that are edited and, you know, more fancy. I already have some on my channel. Check them out. Stepping Boundaries. It's a series I've come out with. But other than that, I will be with you for another daily video tomorrow. Toodles!